All right. Just wanted to welcome you guys. I am Jessica Lavender,
I'm Morel Lavender.
and we are certified health coaches with Optavia. I just want to, commend all of you guys for your commitment and joining us every Thursday on these Zoom calls, whether it's live or just the recordings. This community plays a really big, important part to your journey, whether you're just starting or you've been on it for some time. Today we will be talking about nutrition and just how to stay in fat burn, especially with the holidays coming in. But we wanted to go ahead and start with a few stories. So I'm going to go ahead actually and have John, I'm going to unmute you and so that you can share. Yeah. John, can you say hello?
Hello there.
Hi, John. All right. We'll go ahead and let you take over, and if you could share a little bit about your journey.
Sure. Like Jessica said, my name's John, and my wife's name is Jan. She can't be here. She's commuting back from San Diego, and so I'll do her side of the story as well. A little bit about us. We've been married for 31 years and have 2 children and 1 grandchild. And I have to say this, we have another one on the way, and it might even be today.
Oh, how exciting!
I know. So we might hear something in the middle of this broadcast. So we can hope. So it's going to be, my daughter's going to have a little girl, and we don't even know her name yet. She's been keeping it a secret. And so we're excited about that. So we might be making a trip to Whittier tonight. That's here in California. And I also wanted to say I just turned 60 this last month. And one of the reasons that I'm excited about the program is that I want to go into the rest of my life with good health and to not just exist, but to live life and live life to its fullest and feel good while at the same time. And this program's really been helping me this way. Our journey up to now, I was in the military for 20 years, and I've been out of the military now for 10 years working as a civil servant. We're pharmacists working in a high-stress environment at a military hospital. We work with Morel Lavender, and so he knows all about what we do and how stressful it can be, and how oftentimes when you're in a high-stress environment, it's hard to make good decisions because you don't think about it. You just do things sometimes, like grab something to eat, put it in your mouth, and it might not be good for you. So this program's helped a lot in that respect because it's simple. If you have all your fuelings with you, that type of thing, you don't have to think about it. You just grab and go, and you have a nutritious, well-balanced fueling. And so we've really appreciated that. So that's helped us break some of the bad habits that we had for eating and that type of thing in our lives. And we're also commuters, and the life of a commuter is really different too, because we're in the car maybe 3 hours a day, sometimes 4 hours a day, just going to and from work. So we're sitting there, and oftentimes you might grab something and eat something that's not quite so good for you, and then you get out and you say, why did I do that? So again, the same thing, just like in our busy work environment, in our commuting story as well, we can use our fuelings and things like that to help us not have to make a bad decision. And we've discovered it's simple to follow. 5 fuelings and a lean and green. My goodness, how easy is that? And so we've enjoyed that and can hardly believe that you get results so quickly from doing something like that. It's so simple. And we've also discovered that we've always liked to cook, but now we're enjoying cooking our lean and greens together. And so my wife and I will meal prep on weekends and enjoy the activity doing it together. So we'll make maybe even 2 weeks worth of meals and freeze them so that they're just as easy to grab as a fueling out of a box. So we'll go to the freezer, grab one, throw it in our lunch, and we've got a lean and green to take with us to work every day and have it for lunch. And we won't have to think about, well, what am I going to have for lunch? Am I going to go to McDonald's or Subway or something like that? We've got our lean and green with us, and that's a lot of fun too. And then people actually look at it in our lunchroom and say, "Oh, that looks so good," and they're sitting there eating their McDonald's or something like that. And ours, usually we put it in the microwave and it smells up the break room and it smells really good. And people say, "That can't be food from a diet." And I said, "Well, yes, it is." They said, "But you're just eating bars and things like that." And I said, "No, we get good food too. This just is part of the process for us, and we've enjoyed it." And so that's been a fun activity for us. And we've also enjoyed learning how people can be so creative even with their fuelings. They put, like, maybe mix them up together or put their shake in their coffee or things like that. And so it's not boring in that respect. I mean, we've used the waffle iron and things like that to make our fuelings more fun. And then we've also been on the program for almost 3 months. So it'll be 3 months on November 7th. And we've had good results with our weight loss. I've lost 37 and a half pounds, and my wife has lost 43 pounds, I believe, and which we can hardly believe it because it's happened so fast. And plus the people around us can hardly believe it either. They said, "Did you lose weight? Or did you get a haircut?" Something like that. And it's real. And sometimes it's a little embarrassing because I don't think about it. And then I'll see somebody I haven't seen in a long time. And they'll give you a double take. And yeah, I did lose some weight. And the other thing that's been exciting is the non-scale things, I guess, non-scale victories, we call them. My wife was prepping for bariatric surgery because she's had some heart problems and a mitral valve prolapse. And the cardiologist was saying, "Well, you got to get the weight off. And maybe the only way to get the weight off quickly would be to have bariatric surgery." And so she was prepping for that. And she had been prepping for about 3 months, going to dietitians, going to her cardiologist, going to all the different psychological aspects of bariatric surgery and stuff like that. And I had talked to Morel at work, and I had been interested in a while, and so I decided to go ahead and do it. And my wife is very resistant. You'd have to know her to understand. But she was real resistant, so I was going to do it by myself because I wanted to lose some weight. And so after one of her bariatric prep things that she was going to, she says, "I think I want to try that too. I don't know if I really want surgery." And so she, I called Jessica and I said, order me another box so that Jan can start too. And Jessica says, "Okay." And I says, "And I'll start at the same time as her." And so we both started together and have gone on this journey for the last 3 months. And we're thrilled that it's been so effective and that we've enjoyed it. And that Jan's cardiologist came back and said, "You've lost this weight and your mitral valve is doing so much better because of the less pressure that's on your heart, that when it was severe before, so that meant surgery was in the imminent future. And so now that it's gone down to more of a moderate type severity, the doctors have said, well, you know what? You don't need surgery anymore. We'll just monitor, because at moderate, we monitor." And so we were just so thrilled that that was something that was a result of our program, and a real blessing and a real non-scale victory. I mean, I can't say it strongly enough. The program works. And if you follow it, if you're faithful, and if you trust your coaches and you don't cheat, because it's sometimes hard not to, but if you're prepared, you're organized, and you're committed, it's an investment that's gonna last us for the rest of our lives. And we're just thrilled that we were able to become part of it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, John, for sharing. You actually didn't share. You are down 30.
Well, as of this morning, it's 37 pounds.
In 2 months. And then, and Jan?
It's 43.
You guys are killing it, and I love it. And I love that you guys are really embracing all aspects of all the tools and the 4 components. And it definitely is showing with your commitment just to your health, and that non-scale victory is huge for both of you guys. So definitely congratulations, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Let's see. Next, I would like to introduce you guys to Antu. Let me see.
Hi.
Hi, Antu.
Hello.
All right. Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Mo. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Yeah,
So,
I
share a little bit about your journey, and yeah, I'm gonna let you take over.
okay, so my husband and I have been trying to lose some weight for a while. Before we met Jessica, we would spend hours at the gym, and then we would come home, we would just eat everything. So as much as we tried, we could not lose the weight. It seems like we kept gaining the weight. We just didn't feel good. We were at the point where we were just, I don't know, running in a circle, and we were getting some medical issues like heartburn. Heartburn was the biggest thing for me. I had heartburn so bad that I had to get a scope done to make sure that I didn't have cancer, throat cancer from acid reflux. So that was done, and I ended up having to take medication to control the problem. And then Chris started getting the same problem, so he was also on medication, but his wasn't as bad. I was taking it like every day, and they actually had to increase the dosage just to control my acid reflux. I have a very small frame, so I didn't need to lose a lot of weight, but I was getting a lot of medical issues. I've always had high cholesterol my whole life. I think the earliest I remember was like 8th grade. I don't know why they had to do blood works, but they did, and it came back with I was always over 200. And even through high school and college, I was never able to get it down to below 200. But since I started the program, we met Jessica in San Diego. I know her sister, Christina, from dental school. So I remember Jessica, briefly met her I believe in Boston when you came out, Jessica?
Yes.
Yeah. But when I saw her, I didn't recognize her. I completely didn't recognize her. I'm like, I think I know you, but I'm not sure. She looked great, and we started talking a little bit, and then I think I made the connection on Facebook, and I saw her journey, and she was such an inspiration, her and her husband, that I talked to my husband. I said, let's give it a try. I want to be healthy. I don't want to feel tired anymore, because I was getting to that point where I would just come home from work and just sit on the couch. Yeah, so I think we started the program in July, Jessica, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah. I was a little skeptical because I kept complaining to my husband that you're so much bigger than me. How come we're eating the same amount of food? And I'm not going to lose any weight, because I just didn't see how it would work. But sure enough, it came off. I think it took us, Chris lost a lot of weight at this point. I believe he lost close to almost 30 pounds.
Mhm.
Yeah. At one point he was like almost 190, and now he's down to 160. So he's super excited about that. The program at first was, the first week was a little bit challenging because we're used to eating all the unhealthy food. We would eat like a lot more than we should because we got comfortable in our lifestyle, and we would go out to eat all the time. We would eat the portion that the restaurant gives you, which is like more than enough for like 3 people, I would say.
Yeah.
So we would eat appetizers, we would eat everything. So desserts, and we would eat our son's leftovers. So I lost about 12 pounds. So for my small frame, that's quite a bit, because you could see it in my silhouette. My clothes fits a lot better. The biggest thing I thought was awesome was my cholesterol. I was more excited about my cholesterol going down than my weight. My overall cholesterol at one point was like 212, and it actually went down to like 170 something, 174.
That's
And my
awesome.
triglyceride, yeah, my triglyceride was just always high, and it was over 100. It was like 134, and it went down to like 74. So I was super excited about that. I was like jumping around.
Awesome.
I mean, I even made a copy and showed my PCP. And she was like, "Are you eating better?" And I was telling her what I was doing and how I had a health coach, and she thought I was awesome that, that I figure it out. And I don't think I would ever figure it out without the program and without Jessica's help. So I'm pretty excited. It works. It's totally worked for us. For someone who is skeptical as me, it speaks volume.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
Well,
excited.
we are definitely excited for you, and we're really happy that we were able to journey with you and Chris, and being able to get your cholesterol down and your triglycerides down is not an easy feat, as you are aware, since you've struggled that for a long time. So definitely congratulations to you.
Congratulations, yes.
Yeah, thank you. And I wasn't looking forward to, they were saying that if it keeps going up, I would have to get on medication for cholesterol. And I'm like, I do not want to take cholesterol medication just yet. And but I'm so happy that I don't have to anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Amazing.
worth celebrating. I love that you ran and called all your family too.
Yeah,
So, well,
and
thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
guys.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Bye.
So I'm actually going to have Janine introduce, meet you, Janine. Janine, I'm going to go ahead and have you introduce Christina and mute her as
Hey.
well. Oh, okay.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay. Hi, guys. How are y'all doing?
Hi, Janine. Great. How are you?
Whoop, whoop. Zoom friends, I can see you. Oh, look, I love scrolling. Look, we're all here. Oh, look, I see waves. Oh, friends, this is what it is about. I just so enjoy being on with y'all, even when people are doing life and cooking and all that. That's what this is about, right? It's about doing health in the midst of life. So awesome hearing Jess and Mo lead this call tonight and sharing the love with us all and keeping us all plugged in. I have the privilege of introducing my one of my clients. I guess I can't claim her. A client I've had the privilege of journeying with. And it's rare because we are both mothers of 5. So Christina is my client, and she is starting week 5. And I would just love for you, Christina, to be able to share with us we were chatting today, about what you've learned along the journey, and how it's changed your perspective and your outlook on things, and even chatting about a little about how that's gone into the family world, how it's spreading. So without any further ado, Christina, just pop yourself off mute.
Okay. Can you hear me? Because I don't know if I did it all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, I can hear myself, but I'm trying to think all that I want to say. It's like all flashing into my head. So I'm in week 5, like Janine said, and I remember the first week I didn't know if it was going to be possible to make it through, because I'm like, this is all you get to eat, and how do you still get to lose weight and eat brownies? Even my family was like, how is this possible, Mom? You're going to do this. I was just really looking for something. I had back in May lost some weight on the journey, really, of just trying to lose the weight myself, just baby weight. I had my last baby is 11 months old at the end of this month, and decided that after talking with my doctor, I still had signs of the conditions of his birth, like preeclampsia and high blood pressure, and I was on medication, and just really felt like something has to change, and just tried really doing it on my own. And then really God just brought Janine into my life, and I thought, I will eat whatever I have to in order to make this work. And so like I said, the first week was a little rough, and there were times I felt kind of hungry, but I just really felt amazing at the same time, if that makes sense. More energy, having my older kiddos who are 13, 2 twins that just turned 12 yesterday, and then I have a 2-year-old and an almost 11-month-old. I just really felt I was tired all the time, and just attributed that to the early morning wake-ups of having babies, but didn't feel like going out and taking them to play. And now I am excited that I can crawl into the back of my van and get my 2-year-old out with just a little bit of weight loss. And I hope does that answer what you're asking me to share? I just have really felt like this is the journey that I'm supposed to be on. I don't want to go back to even, I've changed how our family eats. 2 of my kids love, instead of the pasta, when we have pasta night, they love that we do spaghetti squash, and they'll eat that. And though I still think, okay, I'll still make this, but slowly integrating those changes and kind of sneaking into hubby a little bit without him kind of knowing. So that's been a blessing. And tomorrow I go back to the doctor, and I'm really hoping to get off at least one of my blood pressure medications, which he'd said, if you lose 5 pounds, we'll take you off one. And I'm excited to say I've lost more than 5 pounds. So, which again, it's not all, and we all know this, it's not about so much the scale. I mean, you definitely want to get on and see it moving, but just the lifestyle changes and the habits that are changing. Again, the energy that has come about is just amazing. How I take my coffee nowadays is different. So just those little changes has been a blessing to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Christina, for sharing. I love the ripple effect you're having on your family, and just creating even new, better habits for your kids, which is amazing. So thank you so much for sharing, and we're all hoping for good results for your doctor's appointment tomorrow too.
Thank you.
All right. Well, sorry, give me one sec. All right. So, yeah, it's always nice hearing everybody's journey and kind of where everybody's going and how well they've been doing.
Well, this program has changed our lives as well. Together, Jessica and I have lost about 130 pounds. We have more energy for our kids. We love being able to pay it for our friends and our family.
And like Auntie said, most people don't recognize us when they see us. So that's kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, more importantly, I think as you guys have heard in the stories, it's all about the nutrition aspect of it, and just following the program as it's designed, trusting the process. All of our meals are perfectly portioned for us to make life a little bit easier, but just so that we can get the right nutrients in our body. So in our fuelings, we have the right amount of the carbs, what we call macros, right? The carbs, proteins, and fats, as well as the necessary vitamins and minerals. And then our Lean and Green, it obviously is giving us the additional nutrition we need, but also teaching us how to properly prepare meals for ourselves with the proper portions. Like John was saying, they enjoy cooking meals together that are healthy and actually enjoyable, and they will be able to take that on with them as they continue to journey once they've reached their goal. So, and with the holidays, we want to make sure you guys are staying in your fat burn. So being mindful around this time too, because we want to make sure you guys stay in fat burn. And the best way to do that is just to practice that habit of health of stop, challenge, and choose, and making sure you're choosing to what your goals are, because those little BLTs, I think we've coined that term of those bites, licks, and taste, they will add up and can potentially slow you down. So,
so in conclusion, we want you guys to trust the process, lean into your coach in this community, and have fun with the recipes you can find in our Life Shaping Up page, especially for the holiday potlucks that we have, like at work and stuff like that. But yeah, so you can set yourself up for success. So
anyways, thank you guys again for joining us on tonight's call, and we will see you guys all next Thursday at 5 o'clock again.